Well, welcome aboard, Daedalus. Come on. Come aboard. This is traditionally what is known as a boatman's cabin, so in winter it doubles up as our porch, so this is where I keep my bike. My name's Ken Norman, I'm a narrowboater. I live aboard my 67-foot-long narrowboat Daedalus, and I'm moored up here in sunny, today, Berkhamsted, which of course is home to Estarli bikes. There's our Rice Krispies to feed the swans. So swans will come and tap on the boat for some food. And this is the heart of the boat, literally the pumping heart of the boat. This is my 85-year-old Gardner 4L2 engine. So she's a vintage engine. Bit of a beast, I think it's fair to say. A lot of boaters will just have a small Beta marine engine. We've got a rather oversized hulk of metal. I've got a solar setup, and I've also got lithium batteries, which have changed our lives. I mean, the e-bike after 3 hours charging makes no dent at all in our power consumption. So on my way through, I popped in, had a quick factory tour, and selected the E20X as my bike of choice. So I'd done all sorts of research. On the way back through Milton Keynes, we popped into a cycle shop in Milton Keynes that had a range of e-bikes, sort of a bit, again, it can be quite bewildering. And they had some Chinese manufactured bikes, and they had 2 British manufactured bikes. And I thought I really ought to be buying British. I certainly, in the current economic situation, I felt that there was almost a responsibility to buy British. So after a bit of homework, having seen that one of the makers, Estarli, were on the canal, I thought it only sensible to pop in. And so that made it really easy. I just moored up a few hundred metres away from the factory, walked in and went from there, really. This is the galley and also my little studio. So I draw my pictures at the table here. The choice came down to 2 bikes, really, this and the 29. And I chose this because it didn't have a derailleur. One of the things that I've always struggled with bikes in the past is you're cycling down a hill, you come to the bottom of a hill, you stop, and then you're in the wrong gear to push away on. So you try and change gear very quickly, and of course, then everything slips, the chain comes off, you have to put the chain back on, you've got dirty fingers for the rest of your bike ride. And so I was really taken with the belt drive rather than a chain. I love the disc brakes, they're brilliant. They really feel like you're going to stop. And also, I think it was a case of the fact that everything's automatic. So it changes gear automatically, which is brilliant. So you come to the end of what you think is and suddenly it just changes gear and off you go again. So I love the automatic gear change on it and the very easy sort of one-touch selection for the pedal assist. I had a full-size bike which folded in the middle, pretty much on the same kind of setup as this. It was very, very heavy, and so it meant that I wasn't quite so keen to get it out when I needed to get it out, really, and so I didn't use it much. Whereas this folds very compactly, is a good 2 or 3 kilograms, probably 4 kilograms lighter than that one. So it's just very manageable to get on and off the boat. And that means that if I come to a big flight of locks, I can jump on the bike, go and set the lock, cycle back, instead of walking backwards and forwards. So it's brilliant. Very often you'll be moored up a long way from any shops, especially out in the country. And so you've either got to find a bus stop and jump on a bus, or you can jump on your bike. Again, what I found with a full-size bike, I was leaving it chained up outside supermarkets, whereas this I could put in its bag, pop in the shopping trolley, go and do my shopping, and I haven't got to worry about security, really. So it's great. And I've got, as you say, I've got the pannier on the back, so I can get my shopping in that. I test rode a number of bikes, and I found the 20-inch wheels gave it a bit more stability over towpaths, muddy towpaths, whereas the 16-inch wheels I just felt a bit wobbly. Great once you got them on the road, but if there was any sense of unevenness, this really is the commuter bike, but really I don't ride it on towpaths much. Once I've found a road, I'm usually on road. But it's very good. It handles towpaths well. I get out onto the road and then I'm away. And the ride is fantastic. I'm also quite arthritic. I've got arthritic knees. In fact, I've got 2 half knees. And I find this takes the strain off my knees, so it means I can exercise without putting so much pressure on my knees. The reason I went for the Dutch handlebars is it just brings your hands forward a bit. I always feel a bit hunched on straight handlebars. So again, just in terms of ride comfort, for me, they work. I think if you're used to sort of a racing bike or straight mountain bike bars, you know, the straight handlebars are very adequate. But that's a preference thing for me. I just find it gets me a bit more upright and stops me hunching and stops my back hurting. We're just about to head into London, and this will give me the opportunity to commute around London and to go explore London in a way that I haven't before. So a bit trepidatious about taking a bike out on London streets, but I think I can choose the time of day that I go out. And exactly as you say, it will give me the opportunity, not just London, wherever I turn up, to go and explore further afield, you know, go a couple of miles further away from the canal rather than just exploring the canal side.